All right, so for this week's review, we have the Zoom F8 field recorder. It's actually this guy right here. This is our audio recorder. We love it. It is durable. It is compact. It's actually kind of nice looking too. I mean, it's fancy. I'm kidding. I'll get to the real review now. But in all actuality, we do love this field recorder. It is very durable. It has 8 XLR inputs, and we can actually program those inputs to read as left and right audio tracks. So if you've got a stereo mic, you can actually link those audio tracks together in the file format that this will produce. We can have it merge all of the audio tracks into a 8-track single file, so a WAV file that has 8 separate tracks in it, or we can have it break out into single tracks for every single one of those 8 inputs, or we can even have it set as stereo, so a left and right input, both in one single track with a mono track above that. So we have unlimited options as far as how we set this thing up to record. Beyond that, the noise floor is very low. It's actually pretty comparable to some of the basic sound devices, which are kind of the industry standard, at a much better price point. So we've been absolutely blown away with the quality of the Zoom F8. So again, it has a ton of built-in features. You can actually set your knee as a hard knee or a soft knee. Gives you high pass, low pass, all of the tools that you need as an audio engineer to make sure you're recording audio effectively. The battery life is very, very good. It takes 8 AA batteries, and what we did was we got 8 rechargeable AA batteries. So when we're done, we just pull them out, we recharge them, throw them back in there, and we just cycle those batteries through, so it doesn't cost us a ton of money to keep this thing powered. But again, per charge, the battery life is very, very good. Now, some of the cons, there aren't many, but there are a couple. First is the menu system is extremely confusing. It can be a real pain to figure out. And every once in a while, we even find ourselves, and we've been working with this thing for a couple of years, we find ourselves having to go back to the drawing board and look things up and say, like, how do I do this again? Because the menu is just not intuitive. The other thing that just, it's horrible. It's absolutely awful. I don't know why Zoom has not replaced this yet, but the carrying case that you can get with this as a combo is useless. It's big, it's bulky, it's awkward. We actually had the Zoom almost fall out of the side once because the tie strap actually gave out. So the case is garbage. You're better off pulling a third-party case rather than getting the case that Zoom made for the Zoom F8. It's just not good, and it's not worth the money. But that wraps it up for our Zoom F8 review. Pretty quick, we know, but second most important piece of equipment when you're dealing with film production is that audio recorder. So if you can invest the money, it is worth it. It will save you a ton of headache down the road. Between that and microphones, the microphone I'm wearing right now, very, very good. And you can tell by the audio quality watching this video. Audio is 50% of the battle when it comes to film. If you don't believe me, watch the end of the first Star Wars movie. I'm not talking about The Phantom Menace. I'm talking about the real first Star Wars movie, The New Hope. When they're walking down and they receive those medals, watch that on mute and tell me after that that music is not important. Thank you, and that wraps up for this week's review.